Welcome to Deep Dive. Welcome. We're thrilled to have you here. Let's dive in and grow together.
All right, ready to unlock your inner superhero.
Sounds exciting.
Today, we're diving deep into the 7 habits of highly effective people.
Oh, a classic.
It is, but I bet you, like most people,
Yeah.
you've probably seen the book everywhere but never actually read it. Am I right?
Definitely guilty of that myself.
Well, good news.
What's that?
We found this awesome summary.
Oh, nice.
It breaks everything down, you know?
So no need to spend weeks reading the whole thing.
Nope. Think of it as like a cheat sheet.
I like it.
Plus, it's got these modern examples and even some humor.
Always a plus.
The best part? It's all about taking action.
Perfect for our listeners then.
Okay, so habit 1. Be proactive.
Isn't that just like taking initiative?
Kinda, but it's more than that.
Oh.
Covey talks about this space, right?
Space.
Between something happening and how we react.
I think I get it.
And in that space,
Yeah.
we actually get to choose
What?
how we respond.
Ah, interesting.
It's like we have this power,
Power to what?
to be responsible.
I like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
The summary even has this funny example about traffic.
Oh, tell me.
So you're stuck, right? Do you just rage?
Honk the horn and yell?
Exactly. Or do you use that time?
To do something productive.
Yeah. Maybe listen to a podcast or just breathe.
Makes sense.
Being proactive.
Yeah.
It's not about controlling everything.
Right.
It's controlling our reaction.
Our response to things.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm with you.
All right, habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
This one sounds tough.
It is. Sometimes I just want to dive in.
Just get started.
Yeah, but Covey would say, hold on.
Why? What's
Um,
wrong with that?
He compares it to like building a house,
Okay.
but with no blueprint.
Oh, that's not good.
Right. You could end up with a total mess.
So we need a blueprint for our lives.
Exactly.
But
But what does that even mean?
good question.
Is it like super detailed plans?
We're setting specific goals.
Or something totally different?
It's more about having a vision.
Vision.
Yeah, like where do you want to go?
I see.
Imagine going on a road trip.
Without knowing where you're going.
Exactly. You'd just be lost.
Frustrating.
So this habit, it's like that inner compass.
Guiding your choices.
Yes. Like a North Star.
I can get behind that.
Less about a rigid plan.
More about direction.
Exactly.
Okay, on to habit 3. Put first things first.
This one sounds relevant.
Right. With all the distractions nowadays.
It's a constant struggle.
Totally. Urgent versus important.
The summary uses a great example for this.
Oh, what is it?
So you've got tons of emails,
Uh,
laundry piling up,
oh, no.
and your favorite show.
Has a new season. Don't tell me.
It's dang right.
The struggle is real. So how do we prioritize?
When everything feels urgent.
It's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Well, we got to recognize something.
What's that?
Sometimes the most important things,
Yeah.
they're not the loudest ones. Think about it. Relationships, health.
Personal growth.
Yes, those matter most
But they're easy to ignore.
compared to those urgent little things.
It's like choosing spinach over chips.
Right.
Chips are tempting, but spinach is better.
For the long run.
Exactly.
So we've covered being proactive
Having a vision.
and prioritizing
Now it's time for relationships.
with habits 4, 5, and 6.
The Public Victory Trilogy.
Ooh, that sounds intense.
It is, but so important.
Tell me more. So these habits are all about, well,
Creating win-win situations.
yes, and understanding others.
Synergy too, right?
Exactly. They all work together.
It's like teamwork for life, huh?
That's a great way to put it.
The summary had this funny bit about
What?
online arguments. You know,
Oh, yeah. Like on Twitter.
it basically said, stop trying to win.
So true. It's not about that.
It's about understanding, right?
Exactly. Empathy and collaboration.
Not just yelling the loudest.
Or having the last word.
It also had this workplace scenario.
Oh, I like those.
So say you want to work from home,
Nice.
but your boss is like old school.
Gotta be in the office every day.
Instead of arguing, Covey says, go for win-win.
How?
Like maybe propose working remotely,
Okay.
but still be available for,
Urgent calls and stuff.
exactly. You got to understand their side too.
Because they might be worried about
Team communication, deadlines.
it's all connected.
So active listening is key.
Find a solution that works for both.
And that's where synergy kicks in.
Ooh, I like that word.
Right. Combine everyone's perspective.
And bam, a better solution appears.
It's like magic almost.
Okay, on to habit 7. Sharpen the saw.
This one's kind of confusing, I think.
How so?
Shouldn't we focus on doing things?
Well, Covey uses this analogy.
Hit me with it.
A lumberjack chopping trees.
Okay, I'm listening.
They never stop to sharpen the axe.
Oh, I see. The axe gets dull.
And their work gets harder.
So we need to sharpen ourselves.
Yes. Invest in ourselves.
Physically,
Not
mentally.
spiritually. Even spiritually.
So like getting enough sleep.
Exactly. Exercise, nature, reading.
Even listening to podcasts.
Hey, it counts. It's about recharge.
Upgrading our brains, basically.
Exactly. But then the question is,
How do we find the time?
right, when we're already so busy.
That's where it gets interesting.
Because the 7 habits, they're connected.
They all work together.
Yeah. Applying one helps with the others.
Like a positive feedback loop.
I like it. For example,
Yeah.
when you're proactive, have a vision,
You're more likely to prioritize.
including taking care of yourself.
Oh, that makes sense.
And when you prioritize well,
Yeah.
you can create win-win solutions.
Which reduces stress and frees up time.
It all comes full circle.
So what's the big takeaway here?
Covey's 7 habits, they're a roadmap
To a better life.
to effectiveness in all areas of life.
Personal goals, work, relationships.
And the key is to start implementing them.
One habit at a time.
Exactly.
The summary ends with this challenge.
Tell me.
Pick one habit to focus on this week.
I like that.
Even small changes can make a difference.
Like a ripple effect.
Spreading out to your whole life.
It's like that saying, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time. I love that.
No need to change everything overnight.
Just pick one habit and go for it.
Exactly. See what happens.
Like planting a seed.
And watching it grow.
Okay, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
any final thoughts for our listeners?
I would say this. Think about how those small changes,
Yeah.
how might they ripple out into other areas of your life?
Ooh, good question.
It's worth pondering.
So, to all our listeners out there,
You got this.
go be effective. It's amazing, right?
It really is.
How these small things can lead to,
Subject changes.
like, we've got this secret code now.
You unlock our potential.
Exactly. And the best part is,
What?
it's not about being perfect.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
It's progress over perfection.
Even focusing on one habit.
Can create that ripple effect.
That's like you don't have to change overnight.
Right. It's small steps.
Consistent choices. That's key.
It's like building a muscle.
Ooh, good analogy.
You don't just suddenly bench press 200 pounds.
Start small, stay consistent.
Increase the weight over time.
Makes sense.
So for our listeners who are ready to start their own journey,
Do effectiveness.
any advice for them?
Don't get overwhelmed.
Good one.
Pick one habit
That speaks to you
and start using it.
in everyday life.
Maybe it's being more intentional.
Or really trying to understand others.
Great advice.
And remember, we're all in this together.
It's not a competition.
Just got to be a little better each day.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll inspire others with your stories.
About growth and effectiveness.
I love it. Well, that's it for our deep dive today.
Into the 7 habits.
We hope you learned something.
And feel empowered.
Remember, even small steps.
Can lead to big changes.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.